Hiya all my Ali Pallies, and thank you for joining me today. Now today I'm going to be doing a requested video on the Trinny London stacks. Now I'm about to go to London. I was going to go yesterday at the weekend and couldn't go. Well, I didn't want to go because I knew the traffic was going to take so long because of all the Brexit demonstrations going on in London. So I put it off until today. Feeling quite tired. Don't really want a lot of makeup on my face in case my eyes start watering when I'm driving. So it was a perfect time to use the Trinny London stack. It's simple. It's great when you're tired. You do everything with your hands, so I don't have to go and dig out all my brushes. Okay, so I have cleansed my face, but I've just seen that I've still got a little bit of eye makeup residual from yesterday under my eyes. So I'm just going to clean that up and I'll be right back and we'll get going. Okay, I'm going to do a get ready with me and incorporate as many as possible of the Trinny London stack items I have. I used to use this a lot at work and I probably will start using it a little bit when I'm not doing reviews for you guys, because it is really easy, and when you're feeling a bit fatigued, as I am often at the moment due to climbing stairs, it's great. Now the first item in here is the BFF cream. Now this is one of Trinny's biggest selling items. Now you've heard me talking about Unisex Healthy Glow by Charlotte Tilbury and how I love it. But Unisex Healthy Glow has got a couple of drawbacks. Unisex Healthy Glow is only released in one shade. And if you're very fair, it looks orange on you. And if you're very dark, it looks ashy on you. Now, this has got two advantages over Unisex Healthy Glow. One is it's been released in 5 different shades. So let me see if I can remember this. There's lightest, light, light to medium, medium, and dark. Okay, and I am in medium. The other difference, the great difference about this, if you're in a hurry, is that it has SPF of 30 in it. Okay, so it's really good. Now, the only reason I often lean towards Unisex Healthy Glow is that I find, for me personally, it adds a little bit more coverage. But don't fear, because this is just the first step of a Trinny London makeover. So I'm just going to squeeze. Now, when you get this, you also get an empty pot. Now, I did decant some into this pot, but I'm not sure how old it is. So I'm not going to risk that on camera. I might use it up when I'm not on camera, and if it looks bad, then I can wash it off. But I'm just going to take some directly out of the tube for now. And I'm just going to squeeze some in my hand. It comes out white, but again, it's got little molecules in there that break up on contact. So this can be, I haven't moisturized. This can be your moisturizer. This can be your sunscreen. And it can be the first step of a little bit of coverage. I'll do one side of my face. I think you'll see what I mean. It's not quite the coverage of Unisex Healthy Glow, but it's pretty good stuff. And it does start to even out your complexion. So let me do one side of my face, and I think you'll see a difference. Okay, can you see that? It has evened out my skin tone a little bit. Perhaps not as much as Unisex Healthy Glow, but I've now got sunscreen on, and it does feel very moisturising as well. This is really good. If what I want to say as well is that Trinny says you only need 1 pump, which you do. But if you want to use more, you can. If you have got rosacea or any redness, this is really good because it has got porcelain flower extract in it, which is something that Charlotte has in her Flawless Filter, and it's a good ingredient for taking down redness. It's very good for that. I tend to have a little bit around my nose, but I seem to have escaped that in the menopause, any kind of redness, although I do get hot flushes. It doesn't seem to show on my face. So I'm just putting some around my eyes and some around my neck. Don't forget your neck, ladies. Perhaps need a little bit more to go around your neck. So I've done a before photo so that you can see. So then the next step, all of these steps are ones, you don't have to do them all. The whole idea of this is it's as simple as possible. You can stop at that if you feel that you've got enough coverage, or then you can move on to her, it's basically called it's used as a foundation and a concealer in one. Now, the disadvantage to these stacks, they're great, they're really good for traveling around. The only thing that drives me nuts about them is that when you've got a few of them, then you can't find what you're looking for very quickly, because they all look the same. That's the only disadvantage, but otherwise they're very good. You buy a product and then it stacks onto your other products like that. Then you pull them off if you want, and then open the lid. Now this is the foundation, which is called Just a Touch, and the reason it's called Just a Touch is because you're not supposed to slap it on your entire face. You're supposed to kind of use it as a concealer to cover up any imperfections. Now I'm Bex, you will be a different colour, and as I'm putting this on, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how you can match yourself. So I'm just going to concentrate on these areas here. Now there is another product to put under your eyes, so I am going to avoid that. You can use this under your eyes, but just for the basis of showing you this other product, I'm going to leave my eyes alone for a minute. Now when you go onto the website and you sign in, you sign up, you can put in your details. It asks you if you want to do these details, and it's called I'll have to come back, it's too early, I'm trying to think what it's called. 1 second. Okay, I've remembered. It's called Match to Me, and they ask you a series of questions and you can play videos, and it helps you to match which skin tone you are. Once you've got your match, it doesn't just tell you about your foundation shade, it suggests eyeshadow shades, it suggests blusher shades. They've really thought about online shopping for people that are online shopping, which is great, because I know a lot of us have to do online shopping, and certainly if you are international and you're buying from the UK, this is a UK brand, then it's really helpful. So you can see here, I'm just putting little bits where I want that extra coverage rather than slapping it all around my face. And that is Bex. So I am Bex. The one that down from me is Santa. So I think, Linda, if you're slightly fairer than me, you'd probably be Santa, but you can then go onto the website and confirm it. I've got a bit of bruising up here where I fell over the other day and nosedived into a door. I laugh because it must have looked really funny. There's a bit of discoloration over that brow. Okay, so that is Just a Touch. And then moving on, I'm going to move on to the under eye concealer that she sells. You can use this, you don't have to get a separate under eye concealer, but she does have an under eye concealer. Okay, so this is called BFF Eye, And I may have put this on in the wrong order. It may have been something that I should have put on when I put my BFF cream on, but never mind. So this is BFF I, and again, the match to me will suggest what shade you are. My shade is Davinia, and I'm just gonna, this one is a lot creamier, and it's very good. It's supposed to not crease under your eyes, and it doesn't. It's very good. However, it's not as dry as the Charlotte corrector or anything, but it doesn't settle into fine lines, and it's got a serum in it, so it gives you a bit of moisture under your eyes. I want to resist comparing everything to Charlotte. It's just because I've used Charlotte Tilbury so much recently. It's got a serum in it, and it's got pigment in it. And it is very good, because if you put moisture under your eyes, then it's going to hide the look of fine lines, any moisture that you put under your eyes. So you just dot that underneath, like so. And then if you wanted to add a little bit more coverage, then you can use your Just a Touch. I think I just did that in the wrong order. So you can just put a little bit of that over the top. But it gives you a bit of a serum, and it keeps things moist under the eye. So that is the under eye concealer. Okay, I'm going to move on to some of her complexion kind of bronzers, highlighters, everything else next. Okay, I missed out one product called Miracle Blur. Now this is Miracle Blur, and it is very much like, it will hide any fine lines around your lips. I don't tend to have fine lines around my lips yet. You can also use this under your eye, but it's got a bit of silicone in it, so it can hide those kind of fine lines that you might have. Let me see if I put some up here. Whether, oh yeah, look at that. It kind of blurs out those lines on my forehead a little bit. That's actually pretty impressive. So that is Miracle Blur. Sorry about that. I keep missing out products. There's so many, and I kind of collected them over time. I've forgotten what I've got. Okay, next on in, we have Cheekbones, it's called. And basically what this is a sculpt shade. And it's really good because if you remember, I said if you get something that's really warm, warmth doesn't look like a shadow. You want something that looks like a shadow. And this is really good because it almost looks grey, as you can see, but actually it looks more like a shadow than using a very warm bronzer. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit of that, and you're going to think, oh, what's she doing? But it does work. So I'm just going to put some of that up here, starting by the ear, the middle of the ear, and then working my way down. I'm just going to put that as though it's a continuation of where my little hair thing is coming down. And I think you'll see it kind of just gives the impression that I've got a bit more of a hollow in that cheek than on that side. That side, that side. Let's do it on this side. You don't need too much of this. I still had some left on my finger. Now, I don't know about using this on your nose. I probably wouldn't because it's a little bit too grey, but it works there. I'm going to try putting a little bit under here to try and minimise the look of my double chin. I haven't seen them using it for this on the videos, but there's no harm in using it. So just to try and minimize my jowls a bit. Okay, so that is Cheekbones, and I am Kate. I think there's 2 shades there. I think if you're darker, there's one that's slightly more warm. I'm just going to be right back because something has gone in my eye and is making it water. Okay, next up we have a highlighter. Now, when I got this, there was only one highlighter available called Starlight. Since then, they've put one out called Sunlight, which is now in my match to me, and this isn't in my match to me because this is a cooler highlighter. But I'm just going to show you this. I think Sunlight is one if you've got a warm complexion, but it is good, and it just does give you a nice subtle highlight. So everything is cream, everything is applied with your fingers. Now, if you just want to lift your eyes, you can just put a little bit there. And you can put a little bit in the corner there. So this is your kind of highlighter. Put a bit there, put a bit there. Bit in the middle of my forehead. To that Starlight. And that comes in 2 shades. Okay, then you have a bronzer, and I'm matched to Soala. I think again there's 2 shades of this. Have a look on their website, I may be wrong. So this is just going to give me a bit of warmth, just like a bronzer. And as I said, you really don't need to get all these products. I've just collected them over time. You might think, oh, I'm going to get a bronzer and just a touch and an eyeshadow. You don't have to use all of them. It's just for the purposes of showing you all the products that I'm doing this. The whole idea of this is for this kind of simplicity, not for adding 30 products that you've got to use every day. So that is Soala, which will give you a bit of warmth. Or what I often find with this is good is where my skin around my chest is always paler because I don't expose it as much to the sun. It just kind of balances out my complexion. You can see that just did it really quickly because it's a cream formula. Okay, moving on. Okay, this eye started watering, so some of that has washed off. I just want to finish with one other complexion product before I move on to eyes, cheeks and lips. And this is called Face Finish. This is one of my favourites, actually, because you're probably thinking, well, if everything's applied with your fingers, then what about powder? Well, this is brilliant. I used to take this a lot to work. This is like a powder. It's a cream, but it acts like a powder. So if I just pick, you see where my nose is shiny at the end, and I put this on, it has the same effect as powder. It takes the shine away, but it doesn't obviously cake up. So you can apply this to any parts that you want to powder throughout the day, and it's not going to build up and become cakey. I think this is a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant formula. Works so well. Or where you've got a few open pores. So that is Face Finish. Just dot some on the end of your nose where your nose shines a bit. If you're like me and you've got a bit of a combination nose, T-zone. Magic, that one, isn't it? So that is called Face Finish. Okay, just before I do my eyes, this is such an ingenious product. So if you're out and about, you'll probably have makeup over your fingers by now and you want to get rid of it. And what she does is a stack where you can buy these, you get refills, you put them in, and they are little cleansing pads for you to cleanse your fingers and get rid of any makeup that's on your fingers. Really handy, really nifty idea if you're out and about. Obviously, a pack of wipes is probably cheaper, but this will click onto your stack, and I love things like that. I'm an absolute sucker for things like that. So that is the hand wipes, or the finger wipes, I should say. They're not big enough to be hand wipes, but you can see a lot of makeup has come off my fingers from that. And it just, they smell fresh. They've got a bit of antibacterial in them. Really good idea. Brilliant idea. Okay, I've got 5 eyeshadows I can show you. Obviously, they're all cream. They all come in these pots. So let me just swatch you these so that you can see them, because I'm sure you'd love to see what all the colours are. So this one is Chariot. So it's a lovely khaki green. Obviously, I've put a thick layer on. Really stunning, really beautiful. Look at that. That's Chariot. I'll put a photo in between as well. Then we have Sun. Now, Sun is beautiful, but I find that this formula actually, it creases throughout the day. The others don't, but this one I find does. But it is a beautiful colour. Look at that lovely gold, almost rose gold. That's Sun. Then we have Wisdom. I love Wisdom because it really gives you a lovely no makeup look. And I used it in a tutorial where I did a no makeup look. It's sort of a matte, no shimmer to that one, but it looks really lovely on for the day. I've used that one a lot, you can see from the pot. Then we have Empress, which is a lovely browny gold. Really rich colours. These were the first 2 that I bought. Can you guess? And then, the dark ones don't crease at all. And then my most recent one, I just had to go and dig for it because it wasn't in with the others, is called Queen. Which is, I think, a rose gold. That's Queen. All right, I'm just going to take a picture of that and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to put a bit of Wisdom first on my eyes because it's a lovely matte and it gives us such a lovely no makeup look. And just take that up into the socket, and then I will put a shimmer on my lids. But as you can see, this on its own is just really good and natural. It just gives your eyes a lift. And don't forget, I've got that highlighter on my brow bone already. And I'll take some of that. Let me just get rid of this watery eye again. I'll take some of that with my pinky underneath. And then I'll put a shimmer on my lids. So what shimmer shall I use? I think I'll use Queen, because that's one of my newest additions. Drop that here on my eyelid, on the mobile lid. And shall I build up the intensity in the corner? I think I will. I'll take Empress and put that in the corner. Now, none of these crease, apart from my experience, some. Other than that, the others I've not found crease. Let me just find Empress. Here we are. Just put a little bit of that in the corner. This is the darker one. Just to hide my hood and build up the intensity there. So again, this is really good if you have problems with coordination, because there's no brushes. You can use brushes to apply it, but the beauty of it is you don't have to, because they're all creams. And I'll take a little bit of that underneath. And that's it. I'm not going to do mascara and liner. I do believe that she's brought something out. I need to check on her website, and I'll let you know at the end, because I haven't checked out her website recently. Sorry, Trinny. I must do that. Now, with her cheek products, she does two things. She does lip to cheek, and she does flush blush. Now, as you know, pigment is pigment. So anything you put on your lips, you can put on your cheeks anyway, okay? And the flush blush, you can put on your lips if you want. So it's all about how she markets it. But I had been coveting this blush for a while because it's peach. And I finally got it a couple of months ago. And that's why I couldn't find it, because it was in a separate bag. But I found it. It's called Wiggs. And it's a beautiful kind of peachy tone. And I think they are always flattering, especially when you've got a bit of this brown, muddy hyperpigmentation. So I'm going to put this on. It just takes some of that muddiness away. So this one's called Flush Blush. And then we get on to the lipsticks. Okay, she does a ton of different lip formulas. Lip glow, lip to cheek, lip love. They're all slightly different. Some of them have got shimmer in them. Some of them are more like a lip gloss. So lip glow is more like a lip gloss. And then there's lip luxe, which is got slightly more pigmentation. She does a lot of lip products. Have a look on her site and you'll see all the differences between them. So I've got a variety here. So I'm going to show you what I have. And again, I'm going to swatch them for you. So first on, this was the first one I got, which I know Linda's going to like. And this is called Cha-Cha. And it's a lovely coral. And it looks lovely on the cheeks as well. And I'm just going to swatch that. I'm going to swatch that on the inner part of my arm this time, because I always have to re-swatch otherwise. So that is Cha-Cha. Really lovely on the lips and really brightens up your face. I might use that today. And then I have Tashi. Now Tashi's a lip luxe, so it's got more shine to it and it's quite pigmented. Let me just swatch that on my arm and then show you that one. So that's Tashi. Really nice as well. That would go nicely with this look. Then we have Maddie, which is a lip glow. So this is more like a lip gloss. And I think I must have mixed something with that. Let me just get rid of that or mix it in. I'm not that worried. I don't know if it's just discoloured over time or what. So this one is Maddie. A lot of these are named after people she knows. She's got one that's named after her daughter. I think Maddie's her daughter's friend. So this one is obviously not as pigmented because it's a lip gloss. Just as an aside, while we're talking about names, Cha-Cha is named after the makeup artist that founded the Trinny Stacks with her. And Cha-Cha also made me up when I went to Trinny London, and she very kindly came down the stairs because the makeup studio's upstairs to do me up, and she's really lovely. So that's Cha-Cha. But very nice. And then we have, this one was not in my match to me, but I had to get it when I saw it. And it's called Valentina. And it's now actually in my match to me. And I had to get it because it's a metallic. Now, the really weird thing is it looks, on the model, on some people, it looks red metallic. On other people, it looks pink. And when I put it on me, it looks pink. But if you're fair and cool-toned, it's going to look more red. Because you can see now, my arm is quite cool-toned. This is the fairest part of my arm. But if I put that on my lips, it looks pink. It's really strange. Anyway, I'm just going to take a photo of those and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple of lipsticks because I think you'll like to see Cha-Cha and how it brightens up the face. But I think I'm going to wear Tashi today. So I'm going to show you both of those. So this one is Cha-Cha. And you can build these up or take them down. Now, I actually, I'm going to put a bit of this as well. I actually like putting a bit of this on my cheek. I need to rub that in, but I'm just a bit aware that my fingers might be covered at the moment. So that's Cha-Cha. And if you want to tone it down, if you put the lip glow in Maddie on, it'll kind of tone it down and give it a more subtle look. So that's Cha-Cha with Maddie over the top. But now I'm going to put on Tashi. I'm in the mood for Tashi today. Okay, so here is Tashi, and this is a lip luxe. So that is my look. I'm going to mix a little bit of Cha-Cha into it because it's looking a little bit, it's washing me out a little bit. So I'm going to put a bit of Cha-Cha and mix it in. That's better. So that is my look using the Trinny London stacks. I hope you've enjoyed it. Any questions, do let me know. I'll be right back in a minute because I want to tell you about her mascaras before I finish. And so I'll just see you in a second. Okay, I've given up with the website because when I actually go to look up the products on the left-hand side, there's so much going on the website in terms of visual effects that your iPhone can't take it. So looking up on an iPhone seems to be impossible to just look at a list of all her products. Really annoying. It kind of forces you to look at what's in the centre of the screen that they're featuring rather than actually looking at a list of the products. What she does have, and what I can tell you, is that one of her new products is a stackable set of 3 brushes that obviously works alongside the Trinny stack if you want to use brushes. So, but I can't see whether or not she's brought out the mascara. I would imagine she hasn't, otherwise it would be in the front feature. But if anyone's watching from Trinny London, it's really annoying if you're looking at this, your website on a phone, because as soon as you press the 3 lines at the top to just look at your menu of products, it just goes blank. And I've given up. I'm getting annoyed now. That really annoyed me, because I want to look at what I want to look at, not what is featured in the middle of your website. I want to have the choice of just looking at the list of products, and it just wouldn't let me do it. I don't know why. Okay, so that is my review. I hope you've enjoyed it. Any questions, do let me know. I'm a bit out of touch with Trinny London, but I will do my homework, so that's why I love it when you ask questions, because it makes me go back to the website and do my homework, and then I've got all sorts of knowledge ready for questions in the future. So I hope you like this look, and I will leave you with my before and after photo. I'm not doing eyeliner, mascara and brows today. I'm just leaving it as it is. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you all very soon. Better get ready to go to London. I'm back because I missed 2 lipsticks. This is what I mean about the stacks all looking the same. I thought I had more lipsticks than that. So let me just show you the last 2. So we have Freddie, which actually I may just put on instead today because I like the look of that with my purple nails. That's Freddie. And we have Thea. And Thea is another lip gloss, but it's a bit more of a brownie lip gloss. So I'm really sorry about that. Let me just put Freddie and Thea over the top so that you can see that. This one looks really nice on your cheeks as well, but I'm not going to put any more because that cha-cha has kind of given me quite a flush. But now I'm going to put a bit of Thea over the top. Sorry about that, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'm definitely going now. See you soon.